The Interior Ministry says the bomber targeted security officials who were carrying out a crackdown against drug and alcohol dealers. Unconfirmed reports say police officers at the scene saw the bomber wearing a police uniform. The American embassy, also other foreign missions, are not far from the location of the attack. Let's speak to Bilal Sawari, who is in Kabul. Bilal, conflicting numbers in terms of the dead and wounded from the Health Ministry and the Interior Ministry. What's the latest?
The Health Ministry has said at least 11 people are confirmed killed and at least 25 people are now wounded. If we look at, for example, the emergency hospital, they're alone tweeting that they received 25 wounded. I've been speaking to several other hospitals. Police officers in the area, several of them actually, are now telling me that at least 42 members of the police force from the Afghan civil in order police force, ANCOP, as well as members of the Kabul's rapid reaction force are among those killed, and at least 40 people, both police and demonstrators, are wounded. It's not clear to me why there would be a conflict. Is it that both the Health and Interior Ministry are not talking to each other? Is it that they haven't checked with the hospitals and families? Or they simply want to hide figures, something that the Afghan government has done in the past, but suddenly the sources talking to me are all giving me the same information. And unfortunately for the families of those killed, they're still trying to find more. These are police officers and soldiers from very poor backgrounds. Most of them have joined both of the forces simply to put food on the table for their families.
And as the viewers are seeing on the screen, Daesh has claimed responsibility for this attack. And more often, it seems, as we talk to you, when these attacks happen, Daesh is responsible.
I was able to speak to counterterrorism official with the Afghanistan's Interior Ministry. They are quite confused. They are saying that we really can't confirm if it's Daesh. Obviously, the group has not really provided any evidence that they were behind the attack. But Adnan, I think the worrying trend here among many counterterrorism officials is the strike capability of these groups, the fact that they can exploit a situation like this. And it's often what many of these officials tell me over green cups of tea about these sleeper cells in Kabul. And you would have really not found these casualties and fatalities in Kabul and other big cities a few years ago. These were the figures in a place like Helmand on the front line where the Afghan National Security Forces were fighting for control of strategic areas. Unfortunately for the people of Afghanistan, for the government and its international allies, cities like Kabul are becoming another front line. And I think the Afghan government simply is failing to prevent these attacks in Kabul.